When you think of the tourism sector, you are speaking of a wide range of persons from multiple backgrounds, law enforcement, because we have a tourism police unit, persons in the hospitality industry, people in the travel industry. And you look at them and you realize they're in a strategic position in our society, that they witness things sometimes we're not able to see.
I found the sessions with IOM very important and beneficial. They educated me as to how to identify human trafficking, which can be hiding right in front of you. I think the technology that they used and the activities in the form of role play and group panel discussions, those were some very useful activities that helped to cement the concept for me.
My learning experience in the anti-human trafficking training is that it's a training that is very insightful, it's eye-opening, and the information shared with us was relevant to the training and to my line of work as a police officer.
It was a learning experience for me because I got to learn firsthand the challenges and the gaps that frontline officers face when dealing with cases like human trafficking.
Well, I think the sector that we're involved in is a multifaceted sector in which many people can be exposed to human trafficking. They can either fall prey, they can become traffickers themselves, or they can be witnesses to situations where human trafficking takes place. And I think it's essential that all of us are involved in the learning process to be able to prevent something as awful. I was trying to find the right word, but I was gonna say horrid, but it truly is an awful experience because it's unfortunate that some people may not even know that this is happening to them.
This training has opened my mind and provided me with the tools needed to identify the indicators of human trafficking and how to respond to human trafficking cases. As a tourism police officer and a member of the Belize Police Department, Belize is known as a transiting destination, and we must remain alert and vigilant as the tourism sector is one of the places where victims and perpetrators can be operating in plain sight.
I think that the human trafficking trainings are extremely important because they help frontline authorities to identify the crime. They could piece the puzzles together and they know how to assist, protect, and respond to the crime in a better way.
It was exciting to know that we are equipping a group of persons that experience these things every day to be able to now report them to authorities. And so it would now come back to us and we can then address the situations that they've been experiencing for years.
So just equipping them with all this knowledge better supports the work that they do on the front lines. It allows them to refer cases to the appropriate specialized units, but it also supports their work when it comes to defending or protecting the rights of human trafficking victims.
I would recommend this training to each and every police officer and by extension other law enforcement officers like the immigration and the custom officers and the border management personnel, as they are the first contact of people transiting into our country. The training is important and it equips us with the tools that we need to identify potential victims and victims and to have an intervention at an early stage.
I think that capacity building as it pertains to human trafficking needs to continue to be a joint initiative with the Anti-Trafficking in Persons Council, and we need to continue to invest in capacity building, developing modules for specialized units, and the government authorities responsible for responding to this crime.
With this activity, I really feel happy that I was able to take part, simply because I was able to sit in a room and discourse with persons that oftentimes they're not able to express their concerns or views to persons that are directly planning activities to combat trafficking in persons in Belize.
I wish to partner with the IOM to continue to facilitate trainings for the sector, and it's because I believe that the cause and the mandate that the IOM is pursuing is very important, and human trafficking is a very real issue that needs to be addressed, and if the hospitality sector can play our part to prevent it, then I'm willing to encourage as many people to participate.
Trafficking in person and human trafficking is a very lucrative business. However, it strips an individual of their human dignity and human rights. So we as individuals and as a society, we need to do our part to combat human trafficking.